Well, hello again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. If you were with me on Sunday, yesterday, you heard me tell you that I would definitely go live. I'm going to try to go live 2 or 3 times today because I have a lot of information that I want to share with you. Happy Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. And in the spirit of Dr. King, I want to share information with you so that you will be informed about everything that is going on. And I did a video yesterday. Now, we have been having some weather events, high winds, and the video from yesterday is kind of blurry. So, what I wanted to do was go over that information quickly. I'll end the broadcast, and then you can come back. You can share your comments like you always do. And I just wanted to do again. It was so blurry. I wanted to do this again, and then I'll take that video down. Tell me what your thoughts, your concerns are, and I also have. I'll share the information with you from the video from yesterday. You could see I had a video that I shared with you, so I'll share that with you again today. Tell me what your thoughts, what your concerns are in reference to this particular topic. Again, this issue is only getting worse, so people need to definitely take a stand. So, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, and this is obviously me being an educator. This is definitely a topic or issue that's close to my heart. He removed students from their school. Um, yeah, so that he could house illegal immigrants. So again, Biden administration definitely not putting Americans first. This happened on January 9th, folks. Okay. And so tell me what you think. Nearly 2,000 illegal immigrants were bussed in. They were evacuated. If you check my prior videos from Floyd Bennett Field, because of weather events, cold, wind, rain, whatever. And the school was James Madison High School, where the kids were virtually kicked out, literally, of their own school. Parents are outraged. Community leaders are outraged. Yeah, this was done again due to wind and rain. This was conducted, folks, in a clandestine manner. So they did this secretively and at last minute's notice. So think about parents who have small children that they can't leave alone. They have to miss work. So a school of 3,600, and I checked. I thought my high school was large. This school's even larger. 3,600 students were and all events, sports practices, all of these things were canceled. Some teachers didn't even show up for the virtual learning sessions. So tell me what you think about this. And again, I'm going to play a video for you. It's from the Philip Scott podcast. I don't agree with everything that he says, but we both feel the same as it relates to this particular topic. And we know from the C-19 pandemic that virtual learning doesn't work. It doesn't. We're still reeling with low test scores as a result of the pandemic. The immigrants, now they're back at Floyd Bennett Field. Okay. Parents say that Adams and his administration has put the needs of the immigrants above theirs. We know that. Newsflash for people that don't know, taxpayers fund the schools, just so you know. So again, more than 8. Those of you just coming into the room, hit that like button, share this content out. Sorry about the grainy video from yesterday, but again, we have been having some high winds, and so I said I wanted to do that over. And some of the parents were claiming they weren't even notified. Okay. Communication breakdown, right? Of course. What a disgrace. Parents did not have time to prepare. Again, some couldn't go to work because they didn't have time. Okay. And guys, don't think this was a one and done. This was just a test run. This will be happening in the future if you don't take a stand. What's next? They're going to be asking us to open our doors and take in people who haven't been vetted, people who we do not know. So again, if you continue to vote for Biden and his administration and the Democrats, this will be coming to a town near you really soon. I'm just saying. So, of course, we know Biden's at fault. He wants open borders. We have open borders. Come one, come all. No one's vetted. We don't know who's coming across that border. And they choose to come here illegally. So listen to this and tell me what you think in the comment section.
Tonight in Philadelphia, I mean, the rain was coming down. It got up to like 52, miles an hour with the wind. So it was a bunch of wind and rain. And it was not only in Philadelphia, but all that stretched all the way to New York City as well when I looked at it on the weather report. So I'm saying all that because of this story right here, what we're going to cover here about the migrants in New York City with old Mayor Eric Adams here. So when that storm came through last night, which caused, a lot of wind, some flooding, he decided to have a bright idea. Now, the migrants was at a, tent shelter that they built. So what Eric Adams decided to do was to remove the migrants out of the tent shelter to take over James Madison High School. But I want you to hear what happened to the actual students at the school and why a lot of parents and even people in liberal New York, why they are so upset. Let's go ahead and roll these clips.
Tensions running high outside James Madison High School in Brooklyn Wednesday morning, where nearly 2,000 migrants spent the night braving the storm.
Our kids should not be used. The school should not be used. It's a sectionary for the learning. Our kids supposed to be here feeling.
Can everyone hear that video clearly? Type it in the comment section, please, folks. Let me know if you can hear that. And when I share video clips or information with you from various websites, you can watch this. This is included in the description box. Okay, thank you. So let's continue to listen and type what you think in the comment section, folks.
Safe and be able to learn.
The city's decision to relocate migrant families from Floyd Bennett Field to the high school didn't sit well with parents and local officials who say the administration put the needs of the migrants ahead of their children.
Migrants never went through the metal detectors, right? So
Absolutely.
We have no idea what these people might bring to the school and what's inside the school.
More than 80 buses pulled up to James Madison High School Tuesday evening. The family slept in the auditorium chairs and on the floor with blankets. By 4:15 this morning, they were all returned to Floyd Bennett Field.
The shelter operations at James Madison High School, managed by Health and Hospitals, were nothing short of remarkable. They supplied essentials like baby formula, baby bottles, hot food, snacks, water, and blankets.
But some parents claiming they were never notified of the move, and what outraged them even more, the fact that students stayed home today and learned remotely.
None of the teachers signed up for remote learning, and the ones that did, from other parents that I heard, said good morning, posted the assignments, and just left.
I think it's disgraceful. I mean, just think about it. You're a parent in the Bronx. Was it Brooklyn or the Brooklyn? You're a parent in Brooklyn. It's a lot. You probably got a lot of single moms who are the breadwinners, so they've got to work during the day. Your kids are supposed to go to school, and then someone
tell me what you think about this in the comment section. And again, for those of you who think that you may be immune and you can sit back on your laurels and do nothing, this will be coming to a city near you. So again, the Biden administration has Americans last. And if you want 4 more years of this, just keep voting for the Biden administration. And again, if you haven't viewed my prior videos, they've already taken they were given the luxury hotels. They trashed them. They trashed the place. They're trashing the communities where they are. And this is what you get. If you want 4 more years of this, vote for Biden. Now, again, if you check my prior videos, I've already told you a lot of Black Americans are saying they're going to stay at home or they're going to vote for Republicans. So make a choice, folks. If this is what you enjoy, vote accordingly. Again, the schools are supported by the taxpayers. Now, all of these things that we've been talking about, these issues, right? In Chicago, primarily, New York, and of course the other sanctuary cities, they have their own set of problems. So we've been discussing it. It's getting worse. And everyone, for the people who are angry at the Texas governor, Texas and the southwestern states have been dealing with this issue for years. Okay. Now, New York, other sanctuary cities, you welcomed it. If you know the old adage, watch what you ask for, you might get it. You asked for this. Easy solution. Fill those buses back up, take them back to the border. But no, that's not politically correct. That's what you need to do. I'm sorry, but sorry, not sorry. Americans first. I told you where I live here in North Carolina. I'm right here at Pope Air Force Base and Fort Liberty. There are plenty of former service people, veterans who are homeless. They're all over America. Eric Adams rolled out the red carpet for non-citizens. There are plenty of New Yorkers, citizens who are homeless. They had to brave the wind. They had to brave the cold weather. What about them? I'll start the video again.
You, sorry, your kids have to stay home. Why? Was there some type of real significant storm or some emergency? Was there a flu outbreak? Well, why are they having to stay home? They're having to stay home because the state government is commandeering, or the city government is commandeering the school to house illegal aliens. You talk about putting Americans last. You're having these kids, you're depriving these kids of in-person education to be able to house people that don't have a right to be here to begin with. That's Joe Biden's America in a nutshell.
Now, we know from the pandemic that remote learning for students did not work. I'm going to tell you personally, my little girl, it was so detrimental to her that she had to play so much catch up when she went back to in-person learning. So we have learned with that situation that these kids can't be doing no remote learning. Now, you can work from home.
Hi, my name is Father Mike Schmitz, and I'm the host and narrator.
Okay, so again, folks, tell me what you think. If this is okay with you, and we all have our own opinions, keep voting for Joe Biden. This is what you're going to get. Okay. Do you guys want to hear some more of the video? He's pretty much saying what I'm saying. Type it in the comment section, folks. Tell me if you want to continue to listen to this video, and I will let it play. So if this is what you want, you got it. Vote accordingly. If this is offensive to you, like it is to most Americans, you know what you have to do. Okay? All right. Okay, I'll let some more play.
Adults, but kids need in-person instruction. So Eric Adams, and which is the Democrat mantra of open borders, decides they've taken over all the luxury hotels, right? They took it over. They've trashed the place, trashed it. They're literally turning New York into a third world country, literally, about what they're doing in that city. So the luxury hotels wasn't enough for them. So since they filled up all the luxury hotels that they can fill, now they coming after your school. Now the schools are paid by the taxpayers, especially those who are homeowners that pay school tax for their children to go to that school. They didn't talk to the parents about this. They didn't say anything. In the dead of night, they made this decision. They tell the students, 2,000 or so, how many students that go to that school, hey, you stay home. Disrupting what parents got going on. Let's call it what it is. There are parents that need their kids to go to school, of course, for education, but also at the same time, they work.
Right.
And the school, is a good place for them, right? So you take parents away from their job to figure out, okay, what I'm going to do with this child. What's going to go on? Then, as you heard in the news report, the teachers didn't even show up to remote learning because the students, during the time of the pandemic, the students wasn't learning anything. They were blowing them off. They was not showing up. So the teachers like, man, forget this junk, man. You think the teachers wasn't frustrated by that as well? So now you got to do remote learning because of the migrants. Now, as you heard, yeah, they took them out of there. And it was like 4:30 or so a.m. But it is, to me, how I look at it, it is a test run. Because, see, in Chicago, for instance, they was putting them in abandoned schools. New York put them in an active school. They're going to start taking your schools, and then when they finish taking all your schools, they're going to start putting them in your malls. And then if they can't put them in your malls, they're going to start putting them in your stadiums. And then when they finish putting them in your stadiums, don't be surprised.
Again, folks, this is just the beginning. This problem's not going away. So you decide if this is the America that you want to live in. Now, I think I told you, most of you who come here on a regular basis, I used to live in New York. There is no way I would ever live in New York again. It's turning into a third world country. I'll stay where I'm at. So vote accordingly. Voting has consequences. We've been saying that for the past few months. And those of you who are just coming into the chat, please hit that little thumb, that like button. If you have Facebook, share this on your various forms of social media so we can bring more people into the conversation. Also, I will be going live when this live is over. I have so much information to share with you. I'm going to try to do at least 2 additional videos. So hopefully you have your notification on, you hit that bell so that you get all notifications. Okay, so I'm live now because if you watch the video from yesterday, we were having some high winds and the video was grainy. I didn't like the video with the blur. So that's why I'm doing this. I will continue with this and then we'll discuss it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I will answer you.
He starts saying, hey, well, we need New Yorkers to kind of, take in some of these migrants because they can't be on the streets. Because it's about to be a bad cold front come through here in the next week or so, next week. What they going to do with the migrants then? All the situation with the migrants. This was all created by the Biden administration. He believes in an open border policy. And now students got to be kicked out of their school. I don't care if it's for a day, a week, it don't matter. The fact is, you done it. I've never seen in the history of this country students being removed from their school so you can let people that come across the border because they chose to, they're economic migrants. They're not here because they fled war or anything like that. They're not here for that. So you take out students who need to be learning, push them out for economic migrants that chose to come here. They chose it. They chose to come here. They didn't want to stay in Mexico and work in Mexico.
And again, they're here illegally. Now, those of you in the comment section, how you doing, Ruby? Go out here and commit a crime and see what happens. You're going to be thrown in jail. So, folks, this isn't about disliking a race or a group of people. This is just about simple right versus wrong. And it is wrong to put non-Americans above Americans and against people. What about the people who come here and do it the right way? Again, Sugar Daddy, we've talked, Miss TR, who else? Josh, Ruby. Who else? Stephen, how you doing? Go out and commit a crime and see if your mayor, your governor, you're going to have a support system. You won't have that. No. You will be thrown in jail just like myself. So these people are breaking the law and they get the red carpet rolled out for them. Tell me what you think about it. Andrew, I told Romeo of American Patriot News to check you. Okay, thank you. Andrew, thank you so much. Right. And folks, this isn't about black or white. This is about right versus wrong. Hopefully you can see through that. Because yes, they started putting these illegal immigrants in Black communities. Folks, as you can see, it's not going to stay contained there. It's spreading out. So people who are like, whoa, it doesn't affect me. It will, and it's going to. If we don't stand together. Again, the government doesn't want us to come together. Now, I don't agree with everything that Mr. Philip Scott says on his podcast, but we do agree on this particular topic, this issue. Okay. Ruby, in June, Eric Adams suggested New Yorkers take the mic. Yeah. He's telling you to take people into your home. He's already suggesting it. So this is what he's asking people to do. Take in unvetted people. You don't know who these people are. They could be part of the drug cartel. Who knows? They haven't been vetted. Don't fall for the lies of the government and the race baiters and the race hustlers. This is a total different situation. I've already told you, if you haven't watched my prior videos, go back. Hopefully, if you're home like I am today, you're not working, go back and take a look. This government wants us divided. If all American citizens come together, all of us, and this is Dr. King, the Dr. King holiday, that's what Dr. King fought for. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It's about right versus wrong. And if you can't see, Stevie Wonder can see this is wrong. And I don't live in New York any longer. I don't live in Chicago, but I don't like what's going on. I am a taxpayer. Okay? So if you don't like what's going on, you know what to do. This is insane. Really? I'll play some more.
They didn't want to work in Chile. They didn't want to work in Costa Rica. They didn't want to work in Colombia. No, after all them different countries had offered them help, they said, no, I'm going to come to America because America got a leader over there that's going to prioritize.
Stephen, I hope that it will. I hope and pray. This illegal immigrant crisis. And again, I lived in New York. New York's very liberal. Okay. So again, if this is what, as New York and Chicago and other sanctuary cities turns into third world countries, we'll see if that changes.
Us over the citizens. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Andrew, they got free and unscreened air transportation. Yeah, everything is free. Go check one of my videos and get checks for $9,000. Those our tax dollars. We weren't asked if that's okay. They just take our tax money and they just do what they want. Yeah, that part. And that's where I have a problem.
Constantly coming. And then you got Biden. See, I was going to cover what he said at that Mother Emanuel Church, but this kind of took precedent over that. He goes to Mother Emanuel talking about racism. Man, I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear no talk from no politician right now about no racism.
And you know, we've already discussed it here on this channel. Now that this is an election year, all of the race baiters and the race hustlers are coming out. The R word. We've already said, get out of your emotions and look at policy. It's not about our emotions is what has us where we are today. And I'm going to do a video on Biden. Of course, he's at the Black church and everyone's there. Oh, hallelujah. Amen. No. It's a ploy. Wake up. Okay. He's trying to get back into office. Don't fall for the wolf in sheep's clothing. Wake up, people. Oh my God.
If you're not going to actually put no laws on the books of that anti-Black hate crime bill, just shut up. Just shut up about racism at this point. I don't need to hear that from you. Black people will talk about racism when it comes up and we'll deal with the issue and problem. I'm so sick and tired of you Democrats trying to use racism.
And just so you know, the way I'm talking, the Philip Scott podcast, he's Black American. I'm not the only Black American talking like this. There are plenty of people who are sick and tired of the Democratic, ploys, the everything. Everyone's racist. Folks, you better wake up. Time is running out. This election is going to be one of the most important elections in my lifetime. And again, I told you, I'm talking about this so much because I have never seen this happen in my lifetime. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Conservatives who haven't reached out to the Black American community, if you don't reach out now, shame on you. This is the best time that you've ever had a chance. They are open to listening to what you have to say. So instead of you saying, well, we don't have a chance, you have a chance. Now's your time to reach out. I'm telling you, a lot of people that I'm talking to, they're saying they're going to stay home, okay, or they're going to vote for Trump, right? So now's the time. Trump opened the door. Okay, so, you know, even if Trump's not on the ticket, you need to get conservatives, you need to get out here and talk. What are your talking points? This is the best time you've ever had. So it's either that or they're going to stay home. And we're not falling for the, well, your ancestors. We're sorry about, we're glad of what the ancestors went through. They fought for voting rights. But I'm just telling you, a lot of people that I'm not the only person talking like this. Look on YouTube. Look at the videos I share with you in the description box. A lot of people saying they're going to stay home or they're going to vote for Trump or a conservative. Get out, reach out, talk to Black Americans. Let them know where you stand on the issues. You have a chance. But if you don't even try, okay.
As a way to try to trick my people to vote for you, this is the result of voting Democrat. Having your children taken out of a school and say, you go remote learn because the migrants is more important than you American kids that your American parents pay taxes for at that American school.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all sit up here in this next election in a few months and y'all go out there and vote Democrat, it's not just the president. I'm talking about Democrat all the way down. I'm talking about Democrat from your Congress people, your Senate, your city council, your mayor, your all that. Listen, these Democrat cities got more crap going on in them. Think about it. You're supposed to be the party of, you're against racism and white supremacy,
yeah.
But yet Black people suffer more racism and white supremacy in the Democrat-run city.
If you have two eyeballs and you can see and your ears are working properly, listen to what Mr. Scott just stated. See, and I have people that I try to enlighten. I don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear the truth? I'm not telling you how to vote, but I am giving you facts. I don't come on here and pull things out of the air. I'm just giving you facts. And like I said, if you don't believe me, go type it in YouTube. I'm not the only person that looks like me that's talking like this. And now that Al Sharpton and the other race hustlers are, again, they're coming out in, of course, they're going to the Black churches. Oh, hallelujah, amen. People don't want to hear that crap.
I thought we were supposed to be suffering that in the Republican cities and Republican states every day. Y'all sit up here and try to claim every Republican person is like freaking Klan member.
And in a video that I'll do later, I'm going to probably share a clip with you on some things that Malcolm X said about liberals. So again, on this channel, I try to enlighten. You see the E3 down there. I try to educate. Hey, what can I say? If you don't want the truth, there is no hope for you. Because everything that I share with you, you can find it on your own. But again, I try to educate, I try to empower, I try to encourage everyone. You don't have to listen to what I say. Do a little research. If you don't want to know the truth, again, there's no help for you.
But it seems like you look at New York, how Black people are incarcerated in New York. Now, check this out. That same storm that was in Philadelphia and New York last night that I saw, I was like, oh my God, right? There were homeless Black Americans in New York, and Eric Adams didn't do a freaking thing.
Not just Black Americans. So again, on this show, we're all inclusive. there were white American people of Americans, period. They had to weather the storm, the wind, and the rain. Make it make sense. If that makes sense to you, type in the comment section. I'll continue.
For those homeless black folk in New York, didn't do a thing. Or not just homeless black folk, homeless Americans too, right? Outside of black folk. He didn't do nothing for the homeless Americans, but he made sure the migrants, they better not even get wet. Let's get them into this school. But homeless New Yorkers who are citizens of this country, who were born and raised in this country, that maybe had some issues and problems, happened to them and why they end up getting homeless, that they can stay out in a bad storm with 50 some odd mile an hour winds and rain and flooding. They can stay in it, but migrants, oh no. They make sure to put them in a school and tell the children, you stay home because you're not important. See, the Democrat Party does not prioritize American citizens. American citizens are actually the last people they're going to look at. They're more worried about the migrant. And like I said plenty of times before, they have to be getting some sort of kickback from somebody to be this gung-ho about this situation. Because, y'all, this doesn't even make sense. This latest move about taking kids out of school and say, you go remote learn because they're going to be here. Y'all, this is an escalation of this stuff. I'm telling y'all, you go out and vote Democrat in November. Go ahead if you want to. They're already fear-mongering too, because I got to cover that. Michelle Obama and all that fear-mongering she's doing, that got on my last nerve when I saw that video from her. Now they already fear-mongering, right? You can fear-monger all you want. But there's no amount of fear-mongering that's going to make people of all communities say, that mess in New York.
This is how I started.
All right, so I'll stop it there, guys. Again, I have shared this. You can watch the video in its entirety. I'm gonna, when I end this live, now the video, those of you who are just coming in, I actually covered this topic yesterday. However, we did have some high winds, and so the video was a bit blurry. So I decided I didn't like the product. I wanted to put a better product out. So I wanted to do this over, but I'm going to share. If you look at the video from yesterday, I am going to take it down when I end the video from yesterday. I'll take down since I'm doing this now, but you can watch this video in its entirety. And again, if you're just coming in, I'm not the only person who feels this way. So now they're going to put Michelle Obama out. Now, again, what do we say? We can't vote because of skin color. You better vote for policy. Voting for skin color and voting because someone tells you to vote for a particular party will not get you anywhere. Your policy matters, okay? And so tell me what you think, guys. I'm just flabbergasted. I just Ruby says, I think Joe set Eric Adams up on a stool and explained that you better go. Yes, Ruby, when Eric Adams started to try and ask for help, and he started to blame this on the Biden administration, you see what happened to him. So the FBI raided his office, and he's having all kinds of problems. That's why Mayor John Brandon in Chicago, he's not saying anything against the administration that he doesn't want to lose. Of course, his nice salary, his nice job, his nice home. So these are all puppets. And again, I will put, this is those of you who are just coming in, happy Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. So I am sharing this information with you so that we can wake up. Sugar Daddy, you get it. They're moving in all these people. They're trying to make it legal for these non-citizens to vote. This is the new voting block. That's what it is. And so why it's a new voting block. So Lady Libra, I'm not for Democrat or Republican at this point. Lady Libra, right. So I'm actually a registered independent. But both parties have let us down. Now, in the past, the Republican Party did not really campaign in Black communities because they're like, well, we don't have a chance anyway. Now there is no excuse. Go out and talk and see, share with people your policies. I don't, if you don't do now, if not now, when? I told you, this has never happened in my lifetime. Caramel corn, I completely support legal. Yes. Migrate, right, Lady Lieber, we're on the same page. Patricia, if I could, I would close the borders now. Exactly. That's what I'm telling. I feel the same way. You know, close it now. Now, if the mayors in these sanctuary cities really cared about their constituents, they would load these people up on buses and ship them back to the border. All these millions of our tax dollars supporting non-Americans. I don't mind my tax money helping Americans, but not people that aren't even citizens, really? Oh, wow. So, yeah, if I had my way, the borders would definitely be closed now, definitely. So all of you have some very valid points. It's an attempt to circumvent, right, Sugar Daddy? They're trying to circumvent the voting system. And they now, what we've been talking about on this channel with all the Black Americans who are walking away from the Democratic Party, they got to get a new voting block. And that's what they're trying to do. So Black Americans who still want to vote for the Democrats, whether you know it or not, you've been replaced. You're an afterthought. I'm just being real. Andrew, not millions. Yeah, it's into the billions now. You're absolutely right. Josh, depending on which sanctuary city that you're living in. Josh, 300,000 are coming a month. Right, they're mostly men, military-aged men. Okay. So Crystal Carmel Corn says, if you have severe hardship and you're fleeing, I support that, but you have to have better border control, right? And think about it. If we're involved in a war or whatever, these people are fleeing their own homeland. You think they're going to be here to help us? They're just going to flee again, probably go back over the border. They're not going to be here to help us. Lady Lieber, our own citizens can't get help now. How? Right. How is this even happening? Right, Lady Libra. Valid point. Okay. So you tell me, it's obvious American citizens are not prioritized. We're last in line. What are the financial incentives that these sanctuary cities are receiving? You tell me. Guys, this is anarchy at its finest. And if you don't take a stand, it's only going to get worse. Okay. Sugar Daddy. Okay. All right. Is saying hello to Crystal Caramel Corn. So you guys tell me what you think. All my people here from the Jobu Sports Report. Yes, we're reeling. Heads are going to roll in Dallas. What a disgrace. All right. So I'm on a roll today. I'm not in a good mood because my Cowboys, as usual, same stuff, different year. Okay. Exactly, Sugar Daddy. It's anarchy what's going on. And how you can continue to vote for the people that are destroying this country, I'll never get it. So if you vote, you vote for the Democrats for this election, please don't complain. This is what you voted for. Andrew, this is 5G, 5th generation warfare. It is, Andrew. Lola, I know we're all crying. We're all sad. Heads are going to roll in Dallas. I'm upset with McCarthy, Quinn, all of them. How do you do all that talking and then you never show up for the big game? Never, ever. I don't understand it. If you understand it, type in the comment section. I don't. Caramel Corn. Yes, Caramel Corn. Again, if I did the video yesterday, but you guys were already watching the game, more than likely. I'm going to try to work it in my schedule where I'm doing more than one video a week because I want you guys to stay informed. I'm going to try to do 2 additional videos today. I want to do one on dark psychology. that they're using on Black Americans, which is not going to work. And like I said, there are plenty of people here on YouTube who look just like I do. They're saying the same thing. And if you remember when I had Mr. John Joyner on here, he said that they know that Black people are not going, a lot of white people too, aren't going to vote for Joe Biden. Oh, thank you, MDCT, Super Chat. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much for your Super Chat. And so, folks, I don't take this lightly. As an educator, I feel it's my job to educate as many of you as possible. And I'm not telling you how to vote. I'm just giving you the information. You take it and do what you will. I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. I'm not telling you who to vote for. But I'm telling you who I'm not voting for. And I won't be voting for any Democrats. No way. I don't like what's going on. Why do you think Chicago, which has been liberal forever, they're asking Trump to come out there? And even if you don't vote for Trump, why are you going to keep voting for the Democrats? There are other conservatives you can vote for. Again, I fault the Republicans. If you don't get out here and actively vet the Black American vote, that's your fault. This is the best chance that you've ever had since Abraham Lincoln. All right. Crystal Caramel Corn. Yeah, right. Now I have severe dislike of both parties, but I do know how I'm voting. Okay. In November. Good. Andrew, I can't see what Andrew's saying. But what if I could? Okay. Lady Libra, Crystal, if we don't stand together, we're going to fall. Is it right? We as American citizens have to stand together. That's what the government doesn't want. If all of us as American citizens say we're not putting up with this crap, get those people on buses and back to the border. You want to take care of people so good. How about taking care of Americans? Folks, it's like, again, people who keep voting for the Democrats, it's like we're Black Americans. How you doing, partner? Black Americans. I'm going because I'm upset. You keep voting for Democrats, you get nothing in return. Or they're like, oh, I have Black vote in my pocket. Those of you who love Peanut, the Charles Schultz characters, Peanuts, I love them. How many of you are familiar with Lucy and the football? And this has been going on, 60 years maybe. Every time Charlie Brown wants to kick the football, Lucy says, yeah, come on, I promise this time I will not pull the football back and you won't wind up on your back. How many people know what I'm talking about? Type in the chat section if you know. And of course, Charlie Brown says, but I don't know. Then he says, okay. As soon as he runs up, gets ready to kick that football, somebody type in the chat section. What happens? Every time. That's what's happening with the Democratic Party. I told you, don't be fooled. They're going to send out all their race hustlers. They're shaming Black Americans, telling them, if you don't vote for Democrat, the Klan, the Republicans or the KKK, and they're going to do this. I think Joe Biden said even you're going to wind up in chains or some foolishness. No, you have to be smarter than that. Ruby, they're listening, and you say it in a Black Southern. Yeah, Ruby, Biden was just in a Mother Emanuel where all those people were murdered by the racist. So they strategically plan where they're going, and they know that Black people can be emotional. Get out of emotions. Get into policy. I don't care anything more about emotions. I'm looking at policy and what affects me, and that's all I'm concerned with. They pull the football. Thank you, Sugar Daddy. Every 4 years, they come out with these promises, and then they pull the football away. It's like being in an abusive relationship. Dating a man, and he hits you in the head. And, of course, he buys you gifts and apologizes. Oh, I'll never do that again. Yeah, right. So we know that it does happen again. Okay. They pull the football away. You get hit again. It never stops. So why would you keep voting for? Why? I don't get that. I don't get that. So you explain it to me, make it make sense. And I just, again, I get upset because, like I said, this guy that I've been watching, and even your Roland Martin, another race baiter, these athletes who are plants, puppets, as Malcolm X says. Now of course, they're going to get them ramped up. No other group of Americans listens to athletes and entertainers. Malcolm X made a speech about that in the 60s. It could go for today. He talked about how they have some athletes. This was in the 60s, and Black entertainers, and they have them speaking for Black Americans. You don't speak for me. MC, the Democrats will talk about the Republicans, then they're going to talk about them. Oh, they're racist, they're racist, they're racist. I don't care how you feel about me personally. What policies do you have? Show me policy. The racism, that word is, we're sick of hearing that. What about your policy? What kind of policies do you have? How about that? Can you talk about policy? I don't want to hear if someone is a racist or not, because as quiet as it's kept, the Democrats are the party of the KKK. And if you don't believe me, do your research. I told you guys, I read a lot. I research a lot. Okay. And Sugar Daddy said, fool us once, shame on you. Right. And unfortunately, I have people that I try to talk to, and they don't want to hear it. They're like, no, I don't want to hear it. They're just going to vote blue no matter who. So we have to, those of us who are in the know, we have to be the ones to effect change, because some people don't want to hear the truth. Okay. In God's hands. How are you? Thank God I catch you. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here in God's hands. Those of you who are here, hit that like button. If you have Facebook, Instagram, share this content on your various forms of social media. Those of you who are just coming in, I actually covered this topic on Sunday, but due to wind and weather limitations, the video was a little grainy. And so I wanted to do this again. The video, the audio video I shared with you today, I'll have the actual video of what we're talking about today. And you tell me what you think. This is, I'm not going to stop talking about this. I'm going to try to do more than one video a week. I'm going to try to carve out some time because I want people to know the truth. Yeah, Sugar Daddy. Yeah, Barack. You know they're going to send Barack Obama out on the campaign trail. They already, Michelle Obama's out. She's out making speeches now. They're going to find a way. Mr. John Joyner mentioned that the last time I had him here on the channel. They're going to try to find a way. They know Biden's not going to win. They're going to try to ease Michelle Obama or someone who they think has a chance, because Biden is cooked. No one in their right mind is going to vote for him. And as long as I have breath in my body, I will continue to try and get out the truth. And those of you just coming into the comment section, just joining the live, I'm not the only person that looks like me who feels like this. Okay. And it's just sad that people, all of these things that are out, all the information that's available to people, they don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. They just want to keep voting blue no matter who. I don't get that. Andy, love you. Keep preaching it. Just subscribe. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much, dear. Sugar Daddy, it's just a matter of time. Yeah, they know they're not going to win. So what they're going to try to do, slide Michelle Obama. This will bring the Black people back to the Democratic plantation. Hopefully it's over. Okay. Again, get these people on buses, ship these people back to the border and dump them off. Take care of the homeless Americans. Take care of the homeless vets. Okay. I have plenty of homeless veterans here in the area where I live at Pope Air, right here, Pope Air Force Base, Fort Liberty, used to be Fort Bragg. No one's helping them. Why? Why is that? Why do Democrats put illegal immigrants first, Americans on the back burner last? So just explain that to me. Her partner, Lady Libra, they have all been undercover racists hiding it, and now they just show it outright. Yeah, Lady Libra, I'm going to do another video later today. Malcolm X talks more about the liberal, just like Louis Farrakhan did a video on him. They say more negative things about the liberals than they do the conservatives. And what the Democrats have done is flipped it so that every conservative that comes out, oh, they're racist, racist, racist. Look in the mirror. The racist is you. Sugar Daddy, wouldn't it make more sense to help their governments? Right. Help keep your people over there. And again, Sugar Daddy, I don't mind helping, but charity starts at home. I wouldn't be so angry about this particular topic if they were at least trying to help Americans. You're not even doing that. And then I heard someone saying, yeah, Sugar Daddy, too much corruption. And I heard someone even say that, Black people are angry that freebies are going to other people. I said, excuse me, I don't get freebies. I work every day. A lot of these people in Chicago and New York, they're the working poor. They're not getting freebies. They're struggling check to check. And guess what? As quiet as it's kept, a lot of white Americans need help too. Where is their help? So again, I'm not just about Black. I'm about everyone who needs help. And I'm going to tell you how I came to this conclusion. In the school system, we've been hearing for years and years, the Black males need help. Well, guess what? There are a lot of white males that need help too. So I'm all inclusive. You help everyone, not just one segment of the population. That's not how I go. I go help everyone, not just Black. Okay. In God's hands, politics is backwards. You don't have food for your own family, but you have food for the neighbors. It doesn't make sense. Right in God's hands, make it make sense. I can't. MC, I'm glad the Texas governor sent those migrants to the Democratic states so they can feel what they're voting for. Right. This is the only thing that's going to affect change. Sugar Daddy, I've worked hard for such benefit. Right, Sugar Daddy, tell people. I've been teaching for 26 years. So I don't receive freebies. And people who come on the channel and say, make remarks like that, I'm like, you're part of the problem. You don't know people, but you make assumptions about people just by looking at the color of their skin. And that's not right. Andrew, Michelle Obama, Harvey Weinstein is a wonderful human being, good friend. And White House, yeah, you guys just watch what's happening. They're going to have Michelle and her husband, they're going to have them out actively complaining. And then Clyburn down in South Carolina, somebody please take Grandpa home. He's angry that he's trying to use him to get Black Americans back on the Democratic plantation. It's not working. No one's listening to him. It's time. We need term limit. Go home. Okay, just retire. No one's listening to you, what you're talking about. Okay, because you're not talking good sense right now. And we're not going to continue to vote this way. So you can keep your cushy job. The Congressional Black Caucus, they're going to have them out. They have their nice cushy job, the NAACP. No, not working this time. People are fed up. And it took this illegal immigrant crisis to wake people up. The Democratic Party is not doing anything for Americans, quiet as it's kept. Andrew, I really can't see Big Mike really trying to go for it. We don't know. That they know Biden's not going to win. So conservatives, again, this is your chance, the best chance you've had ever since Abraham Lincoln. Get out and actively vet. Go to not just Black communities, all communities of color, and talk and tell them what your thoughts, your policies are. If you don't do that, what are we going to do? People like myself here on YouTube and various other platforms are trying to share this information. But we also need for you to do your part. We can't do it all. Sugar Daddy, we need to regroup. We're running out of time. Right, Sugar Daddy? If we don't fix it, this election coming up is the most important election one of the most important elections in my lifetime because of what's happening, because of how they're letting all of these illegal immigrants in. And folks just coming in again, this is not about racism. This is not about being against a certain group of people coming over the border. This is about right and wrong. And you take care of Americans before you take care of non-citizens. That's it. Because I've had some people in the comment section, this channel is anti-immigrant. No, it's not. For the people that come in and do it properly. It is not anti-immigrant. Okay. Sugar Daddy said, yeah, at least since 1980. Yeah, Sugar Daddy's a Generation Xer like myself. He knows. Calvin, Trump could fix all of this on his first day as president. And Calvin, as quiet as is kept. Biden could, but he doesn't want to. Biden could order these governors, these mayors, get these people back on buses and back to the border. But he's not going to do that because it's a new voting bloc. I told you, they're trying to make it so these people can vote. And they're not citizens. Make it make sense. Damn. Make it make sense. Josh, we have legal immigration and approved like 800,000 a year. This eight's not a crisis. It's the plan. Right. Follow the rules. I don't think anyone in this chat, as well as myself, is against any group of people. We're not. We're just not. And so do it right. We as American citizens have to follow rules and laws. You're here breaking the laws. Nothing happens to you. We as American citizens can't break laws or we go to jail. You're not going to jail. You're living in they're giving you luxury hotels and kicking American students out of their school so you can be housed and warm and away from the rain and the wind. While American citizens in New York, they're out on the streets. I guess they have to put up with the wind and the rain. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Kenneth, dumbing down our children has to stop. That's what it is. Exactly. They haven't caught up yet from the C-19 pandemic. And you're kicking them out. And they did it in a clandestine manner because they knew it was wrong. Did it over in the night, right? And look at the parents who had to take off from work because their kids weren't going to be at school. So everything is done for non-citizens. If you're a citizen, just deal with it. Okay. Let's see. Andrew says at Calvin Chauvin, respectfully disagree. Okay. Yeah. So whichever Republican or conservative is running on all they have to do is run on the platform. I'm gonna ship these people back and close the borders. They're gonna have a pretty good chance of winning. So tell me what you think. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. You guys can go ahead, do what you need to do. I'm coming on again because I'm really angry and I'm off from work today, so I can get in more than one video. Okay. So tell me what you think. I'm going to pull up the Malcolm X videos and play some of those so you can listen to those when we come back. Hopefully you guys will come back and join in the conversation. I've enjoyed this. I don't want to keep you too long since I am going to come back on shortly, but tell me what you think in the comment section about people continuing to vote for a party that doesn't support Americans. Sugar Daddy, I've always believed that they want the system broken because it gives them influence, right? Sugar Daddy, they want you, the Democrats want you to be reliant upon them. They want you to have to depend on them. Get back on the plantation so they can take care of you, give you the crumbs. They're not giving you much. They're giving you crumbs. Crystal Caramel Corn, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much, Crystal Caramel Corn. I'm going to keep it up, girl, because I don't like what's going on. And I want to educate as many people as I can because a lot of people are just sleepwalking. They don't have a clue. And like I said, this is going on in the sanctuary cities, right? And I haven't even talked about on an extensive manner the crime that's taking place. Retailers are saying, well, there's nothing we can do. The crimes they're committing. They commit their crimes. They're going to Macy's, other places, stealing, and then they just go back to their shelters. Nothing happens. Crystal Caramel Corn. If you go to a store today and you steal something and you get caught, tell me, type in the comment section, what's going to happen to you? They're just going to say, oh, well, just go on. No, they're not. You're going to jail. Yeah, the crimes are hideous. You're going to be hearing that little police sound. That's what you're going to be hearing. You're going to jail. That's what's going to happen. And let's see, where are we? Okay, so we're right here at Andrew. Excuse me, Kenneth. When children do not go to school, they don't learn the social skills they need to operate in a normal community in our society. Kenneth, you're right. Crystal Caramel Corn, you're right. The sicknesses are hideous. They're not telling you. I think I mentioned a little snippet about that in last week's video. Guys, these people don't have the vaccinations that we have. Illnesses, now I teach about this. Illnesses that have pretty much been eradicated in this country. They're coming back. And they're trying to keep it hidden. There are a lot of sicknesses in these shelters. What do you think is going to happen when these kids are going to our schools? I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm just giving you facts. Just Josh, U.S. residents got to make $120 a year to buy a house. And what about the American dream for America? Josh, there is no American dream anymore. It's the illegal immigrant dream. Look at all these countries they had to come through to get here. So even if you are fleeing your country, right? Say you are. Why is it such an importance for you to get here? Because when you get here, they're telling you to come. The $9,000 check, the shelter, the food, the free health care. Yeah. So sugar daddy, quadruple edged sword. Right. Exactly. And it's I don't like that. And as long as I have breath in this body, I will continue to tell Americans to come together. The government does not want us to come together. So again, that's patriots of all color. America first, guys. America first. So some of the people I look at, they're just Black America. No, this affects every segment of American society. So on this channel, you hear me say Americans. That's all of us first. Okay. I now hear about moving the return. Sugar daddy. Yeah, they don't want you to grow old enough to get that Social Security check. That's why they want to move the age. Damn. Facts. Right, just Josh. America first. Let's take care of our residents. And again, vets. My father was a Korean War veteran. Okay. So anything with veterans is close to my heart. The students that I teach are primarily military students. So I'm real close to the military. Peace to you. Good morning, my fellow Americans. Good morning. Peace to you. What do you think about this topic? Okay. Again, all inclusive. Me as an educator, that's what I've gotten used to. This channel is for all Americans who want, it's good versus evil. Okay. And again, Stevie Wonder can see this is wrong, people. This is real wrong. And I'm going to share some of the information that I've talked with you about. I'm going to pull up. If you guys want to come back to a live, I'm going to do a little later. I'm going to play some of those Malcolm X clips so you can know I don't make this stuff up. And a lot of the Malcolm X speeches are right here on YouTube. But again, people don't want to know the truth. Vote blue no matter who. Yeah. Keep doing that. You can kiss this country goodbye because we're almost there. We're almost there, people. So I'm not telling you how to vote, but I'm giving you facts so that you can make an informed vote so you know what you're voting for. Peace to you. I think your students are lucky to have you for a teacher. Thank you so much. Peace to you. And you know, I not only teach my curriculum, I teach them about life. I tell my students where you are in life and where you go in life, that's all contingent upon you and choices that you make. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming a whole race of people for your poor choices. I don't sugarcoat with them. I tell them front and center, because you have to realize they've all been programmed like we have. Oh, everything is racist, racist, racist. You have to be deprogrammed. I have a coworker I work with. Now, she's white, former Democrat. And we have honest conversations. And she said she had to be, we were talking about it, and we were like, wow, we both had to be deprogrammed. Because what do we hear in the media? Everything is racism, racism, racism. No, it's not. Sometimes people may not like you. It may not be because of your race. It may be just, a personality trait they don't like. And like I try to tell my students, everything is not racist. I'm so sick of that word. Peace to you. Oh, okay. I've already read that. So we've got to get out of that mindset. That's the narrative that the lamestream media has created. Great work, please. Yes, Kenneth, I am. And I tell my students, sometimes I pull them to the side. I can't say it to the whole group, but I'll tell them, like when I have a black student, well, this white teacher, they're racist. I said, I don't give a care if they're the Grand Dragon of the KKK. Go in there, sit down and shut your mouth and learn what you need to learn from that person. Because I know it's probably not true. They're programmed. We've all been programmed because of the narrative. If you haven't seen my video I did on Trayvon Martin, and I'm going to do one on George Floyd as well, they don't give us the truth. I did a video, more white people are killed by the police than black. We don't see those videos on social media. We don't see the race hustlers talking about that. White people aren't important. All people are important. Why don't I see you out here talking about the white people that are killed by the police? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. And you're fear mongering that you want to keep the Black Americans in fear. You better stick with the Democrats. They love and care about you. No, they don't. They don't care anything about you. They're showing that if this illegal immigrant crisis doesn't show you the truth about the Democrats, then there's just no help for you. There's no help. And so that's why, again, I wanted to share the word, get the word out with as many people as possible. You vote how you want, but I'm just going to give you facts. And the words of the late, great Whitney Houston, I have receipts. I do. This is how I'm talking to you guys. This is how I talk to my high school students. No excuses. I tell them, if I see you in 20, 30 years, I don't want to hear excuses about, well, I don't still want to hear my mother or father, whoever did to you. You have to pick yourself up and keep going. That's life. Crystal Carol McCorn, I think more would be done about police brutality if the media did show the other groups are affected. Right, Crystal Carol McCorn, but it doesn't fit the narrative. So, like I explained to some coworkers who were Caucasian, they asked, why won't they, some of the black males, when they're pulled over, why won't they stop or just, listen to the commands? I said, because they've been lied to. They've been programmed. They've been told the police are out to kill you. White people hate you. So when they come to them, they're already, all right, upset, angry, and not wanting to comply. So if we don't change that narrative, nothing's going to change. This works well for the race hustlers like Al Sharpton and Attorney Crump, okay, Roland Martin, Maxine Waters. I can go on. The race hustlers, okay, they're going to be out full force. Don't fall for it this time. Don't fall for their ploy. I told you, they are gaslighting you. They know they're going to lose this election. They're pulling out all stops. They're rolling out the red carpet. I've already told you, New York's talking about reparations. Reparations for what? Right? If we're going to get reparations, you better go get money from Africa. They were involved in the slave trade too. Oh, so you're just going to hold America at fault? What about you better go to Africa? They were involved in slave trade. I don't hear anyone talking about that. Crystal, but in the Black community, the worst thing is Black on Black. Crystal, right? That's why with the Black Lives Matter, I never marched. I knew it was a joke. I did my research. I read their mission statement. They are against the nuclear family, which is mother, father, children, which God created. Anything that's against what God created is evil. And also, the founders are living in $1 million mansions. If Black Lives Mattered, why don't they go to Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, where Black people are killing each other in droves? Not a peep. All you hear is crickets. Sorry, but shots fired. That's why I knew it was a farce. When I saw the protesting, Black Lives Matter marches going on up in Oregon, who has a very small Black population, probably less than 2%. All these people up here marching Black Lives Matter. It's a joke. It's a joke. Because if Black Lives Mattered, you'd be in these large liberal cities where Blacks are killing each other in droves. No one says a word. It's okay. You're right, Caramel Corn. You're right. Sugar Daddy, this deserves more press. Exactly. Race baiting is a moneymaker. Josh gets it. He gets it. Just like those of you who look at the 4-letter network, ESPN. All of those athletes up there, they're puppets, and they're always crying racism. Don't pay that any attention. Shay Shar, all of them, they're puppets. I don't listen to any of those people. They're millionaires. Why would you listen to a LeBron James telling you what to do, telling you the police need to be defunded? He doesn't use the police. He uses private security. He's a multimillionaire. Why would you listen to him? That's dumb. Sugar Daddy, where are we? Caramel Corn. Yeah, I did my research on BLM too. Yeah, it's a joke. I never supported them. Never marched. Never will. I'm an educator. All lives matter to me. And again, BLM is a front for the alphabet mafia. We all know who they are. I better not say it, or YouTube, they will censor you. You know who the alphabet mafia is. I'll type in a couple of letters in the chat section. And you can fill in the rest of the letters. That's a front. Because the people who founded Black Lives Matter, Black, I think, lesbians. So, Marxist roots, right? RDMS, Marxist. Check out Marxism. Okay? Let me know what you think about that. So Black Lives Matter has nothing to do with Black lives. They're race baiters as well. Okay? They don't do anything for the Black community. And these are some hard truths that we have to share with as many people as possible. Now, all of us are on social media. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. A lot of people aren't. We have to share this information with people who don't have a clue so that they can make informed decisions as it relates to their voting. I know I am. Now, some people, as I told you, they say, oh, I don't want to hear it. Why don't you want to hear the video I did on Trayvon Martin, all the lies that were told, all the money that was paid to people? Why don't you want to hear the truth about what really happened with George Floyd? Why not? Especially when you have receipts. You don't want to hear the truth? Everything that you see is not actually as it actually was. A lot of hands shaking and a lot of money changing hands in the background. I am going to do a video about George Floyd. That was a farce as well. About how he died just as a result of, you know, the knee on the neck. He had a lot of health, a lot of stuff information was withheld so that they could prosecute those guys. And then you wonder why crime is rampant. Police officers are afraid to do anything. MC, Trayvon case, they paid MC, they paid that girl to lie. And that heavyset girl wasn't even his girlfriend. And you could tell she, God bless her, she couldn't even read. She was illiterate. No one wants to hear the truth. Just keep listening to lies. I don't have time for that. The truth needs to come out. That's why if you haven't seen my Trayvon Martin video, was it a hoax? It was. And then you're going to make a martyr out of George Floyd, not saying he deserved to die, but I'm sorry, you have all these busts of him just like he's a martyr, like Dr. King. No. So people, stop being emotional. Don't be afraid to look at more than one news cast. Go on some websites, do some reading so that you can be well informed. Wow, I never heard that part. Just Josh, go back and look at my Trayvon Martin video, and then in the description box, all right, I shared the full length, the guy who actually did all the research, because I didn't do all that research. The guy who did the research on the Trayvon Martin case, the video's over an hour long. It's in the description box. Go back and check that. Let me know. It was all a lie. Just like with the George Floyd. The truth is coming. Somebody did a video on that, the truth about that. And look at this lady who was after Trump so bad. Now the truth is coming out on Fannie. So, folks, these people that you think you hold in such high esteem, they're throwing rocks and hiding their hands, and they're involved. I think Sugar Daddy said earlier, they're all in some dirt. So everybody's pointing at Trump. Look at all these people, whether you support Trump or not, all these people who are after him, now all this dirt's coming out on what they're doing. So they're all doing something. Don't pick on one person, get everybody. That's all I say. Don't discriminate just because someone's skin it looks like yours. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And I have coworkers like that. And I've often said, thank you, Chef, for sharing that link. I've often said, and we as Black Americans, I've had coworkers, Black Americans, if they have a Black principal at our school or wherever, that principal can do anything. They're not going to say anything bad about them. They're not going to tell the truth. Oh, you ask them, how are things? Oh, it's wonderful. It is. So we all know people like that. That if someone, and I'm sorry, guys, just because your skin looks like mine doesn't mean you walk on water. We only had one that could do that. And if some of you work with people like that, type in the comment section. If someone's Black, they can do no wrong. Same thing when President Obama was in office. All Black people, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. News flash. We have several different ethnicities that live in this country. What the heck did you want Barack Obama to do for Black people? Do for yourself. You're not supposed to be depending on the government or politicians to do for you. You do for you, and you and your God. Your God will do for you. You don't make the government your father or your God. No, that's not how. What did you want? What did you expect? Fannie never denied. Oh yeah, MC. Now that it's out, and I love this. 2024. It started in 2023. 2024, people are being exposed for who they really are, and I love it. RDMS, diversify your media sources, especially those that don't align with your platform in order to better combat the net. Right? That's what I'm saying, RDMS. You're right. Crystal Caramel Corn. I don't like how riots occurred in the wake of George Floyd, but I'm glad that Derek Chauvin got his time. Right. Okay. Yeah, he should have let him up, but there's still a lot. I'm going to do a video on that Sugar Daddy, politics is a game of influence, not rights. You got that right. They're all doing something that's a little shady. So I mean, but I'm saying, why just pick on conservative? Democrats are doing dirt too. And you don't want to say anything because they're Democrats or because their skin is the same color as yours. I don't care about skin color. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. And I've had to say this to some coworkers again, who, if you know, whenever we have a black principal, that they can do no wrong. Everything's lovely. I mean, it could be fire over here, fire over there. Everything's wonderful. They're smiling. Get out of here. I don't have time for that. MC, Obama sure was doing a lot for the specific right. And people, he was the greatest president ever. No, he wasn't. He did for specific groups. And that's what he was placed in there for. He was a plan as well. Okay. They know who to put where to get you to vote the way they want you to vote. What else can I say? Right? They know what. That's why don't vote with emotions. Don't vote because of skin color. Don't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. And so that's the narrative. I just want you to be informed. Vote how you want, but I want you to know what you're voting for and what you're going to get. And if you like how this illegal immigrant situation's going, where Americans are last, non-citizens are first, okay, vote Democrat if that's what you like. I'm not. I'm sick and tired. I'm fed up. You're playing people for a fool. Now you're going to the black churches. Don't let your minister tell you who to vote for. That's a personal choice. Lady Libra said, facts, Sugar Daddy. Yeah, politics is a game of influence, not about rights. Okay? So don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the message because I'm fed up. I was keeping my eye on this, but as they ratcheted up, I was like, I have to start talking about this. And those of you who've been with me from day one, you know I started doing book reviews. But when this happened, I'm like, oh no, people need to know. Carol, welcome to the chat. Black Americans were conservative by nature, God, family, community. Right? Carol gets it. Damn. And even staunch liberals that I talk to, I talk to them and everything they agree with me, like school vouchers, right? We know that's a conservative view. Charter schools, conservative. So a lot of their views are conservative, but they're like, oh no, I never vote for a Republican. Make it make sense. Carol, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. And so if you keep voting against yourself, particularly if you're in a community, black community or community of color, whichever, a poor community, and you're voting Democrat who's against charter schools and vouchers, that's the way out of poverty, where you get to go to high performing schools with the best teachers. You stay right there in your little schools in your community. Worst teachers. Don't let people fool you. Where your child goes to school matters. Okay? It is not equitable. Look at the tax base. Andrew, did you see White House senior living commercial? Yes, I did, Andrew. Crystal Caramel Corn. I'm moderate because I support what I did right. Crystal Caramel Corn, that's fine. And see, someone who's a moderate, you can see good and bad on both sides. And that's okay. Let's see. Crystal Caramel Corn. My extended family is Democrat. My spouse and I are probably the only two in our families that are more open-minded when it comes to presidential politics. Good. And that's what I'm saying. Just be open-minded. Not saying you have to, I support. Just be open-minded to something new. Who else? MC, BLM was never held responsible for the damage they did to these cities. And then what was crazy, and I also need to do a video on this since you brought that up, damage. MC, you see all these people in poor communities going into these stores, cleaning them out. So some of the stores are closing up. And people are angry, saying that these stores, I think Safeway, I gotta go check that. They're racist for leaving. They're not making any money. Even in how many of you have seen some of these videos on social media? And I know I'm getting off topic, but why would they stay and they're not making? They're there to make money. Arrest criminals. Maybe they'll stay. So I'm going to let you go now since I am coming back on. I've enjoyed this conversation. Those of you who are here, please come back later. I have so much more that I want to share with you. Share this on your various forms. Caramel Corn, all of you who have, Lady Libra, all of you who have Facebook, please share this video out. And please join me because I'm going to come back on in a few hours so that we can continue talking. I have other topics and issues that I want to talk about with you. But share this out. Please share this out. People need to know what's going on. And you guys are going to know because you know I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to be talking from now up until the election. All right. So thank you so much for spending your very valuable time here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. There we go. Okay. And Josh, let me say maybe 3 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock. Okay. I'm going to try to come back on at about 3 o'clock. Okay. Is that all right? Everyone hear that? 3 o'clock. Okay. Let me get my videos and things together, set up the stream, and then I'll come back on at 3. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Sugar Daddy. Go ahead. Get your questions together in God's hand. 3 o'clock. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. I'm coming back on here. And yes, I'm on fire. I'm on fire so that this info can get out. And yes, peace to you. Thank you so much. Peace to you. Chef Fine is one. Just Josh. See you guys 3 o'clock. Hey, share, bring more family, bring more friends. We need to get this information out for people to wake up and start being people instead of sheeple, and stop listening to these race hustlers. That's what they are, folks. And they are trying to divide us, and they're trying to keep us all on the Democratic plantation and over my dead body. See you at 3. Thank you again for being here at the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. Lady Libra, 3 o'clock, and that is Eastern Standard Time. All right. See you then.